Hello, everybody. I am a Funkus. I am playing a Panda Brewmaster in Miss the Pandaria, and today I want to walk you through my commentary of our Will of the Emperor heroic kill. To start the fight, you have to break the pipes down here in the room. As you can see, I'm going to pause it right here. There's 3 pipes on each side. You have to break 4 pipes total. And that will start releasing the Titan gas, which is present throughout the entire fight. So this fight is basically kind of like 2 different fights. And I think your healers are the only are like some of the only ones that actually like play both sides. I feel like the tanks are in their own world and the DPS are kind of in their own world as well. As you can see, we are just what we did to soak these sparks was we had a rogue use faint, heal up to full health, and then soak them. And faint you can use all the time. I believe there's no cooldown on faint, so he said. That was our plan on a lot of these sparks, was just having the rogue kind of get out there and do it. When we do group up 4 of the rages. We just do individual CCs. As soon as the boss spawns, we kill all the ads in the beginning before the boss spawns. As you can see, the boss's active is in the upcoming abilities from the PoV add-on. The boss are going to be active in 25 seconds. So we're just killing all these for now and soaking the sparks. You can also kill the sparks. You don't have to soak them, but there is a lot of things that require DPS attention. So I believe we are soaking, we're CCing these sparks. Basically what we do is we just do individual CCs on 25 men. I know they have a couple druids to do mass entanglement because they get way more rages than we do. But they also have a lot more spots in their raid to be able to handle it. So now the bosses have spawned. I try to get to 15 elusive brew stacks before the boss spawns. You might need to use one of your chi brew stacks to keep the buff going. You don't want it to fall off because it's very, very important here that you are using the defensives that you have available to you. Every time you're not dancing, which is avoiding these things, these big arcing sweeping attacks, you should be pretty much juggling your defensives. In fact, I would even go as far as to say, like, I just saw guard come up on my screen. Looking back at my play here, I would have probably used guard now, just because it lasts for so long, and then hopefully have that up so I can have guard twice up during the fight, during the non-dancing phase, because he does a ton of damage. I did stamina food, I did stamina flask, and I have the jade stamina trinket that drops from trash in Mogu'shan vaults. So I am gearing to have more stamina. I use fortifying brew here as well. I'll also use avert harm. I will just kind of cycle these back and forth. I also use Zen meditation. Zen meditation, the one that reduces 1 hit by 90% damage. Honestly, it's worth it. It's worth it. These guys do so much damage that even reducing 1 hit by 90% is going to be like really big for you. So try to do as best as you can here to make sure you get your shuffle stacks up. You want to keep attacking even while you're dancing, because it's important that you do keep your shuffle stacks up, and it's important that you have your elusive brew stacked up every time you go into this phase. So as you can see, I used elusive brew, I used a guard, I used a chi brew, and I am doing my best to survive. I have avert harm up as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it here or not, but this is basically the fight for tank. You're going to have to juggle. You're going to have to do your best to use all of your mitigation when you need to. I got hit by that, unfortunately, but that's okay. You know, I didn't get every single one of these, but I did get a lot of them. And we did not bring the emperors in the center to cleave in between as well, though I think there's no reason that we really couldn't have done that. So that's something that we would definitely try. I know some people like during this phase when you're not dancing the combos, both tanks bring the imps to the center so that way they can be cleaved. That is definitely an option. I don't think would add a lot of mental load to you or your other tank if you wanted to do that. So yeah, again, I am just using whatever defensives I can. Some of these phases seem shorter than others, though. Some of these attack phases definitely seem shorter than others, which is kind of nice. You don't want to use your rolls too often when you're dancing. You want to try to save it as best you can. Wait until you're right behind him here, and then if he uses his sweep for the opposite side like this, then you want to roll. Like that's really when you want to roll. Also, I'd be very careful about his stomp, which is the one that does the circle all around him. That is actually, it seems like it goes out further than the graphic would tell you. So make sure you really are at the outer edge of his magnetic pull circle. That is what this green circle is around him that you see. That's the magnetic pull. And if you do activate that magnetic pull during the dance phase, you will lose the you will not be able to do the special attack that does 1 million damage in heroic. So as you can see, this is kind of an unlucky one, right? He keeps juggling me back and forth. So I used all my movement speed abilities, and I'm like so lucky that I didn't just get hit by that one right there. When it's just like sideways here and there, then it's nice and easy. But for this one, yeah, when he keeps juggling you back and forth, the way he sweeps exactly where you are, then it sweeps the other way. Then that's when you want to save your rolls. That's when you want to save your Tiger's Lust. This is also the fight. Whether you're progging this on heroic or normal, this might be the first fight where you actually want to pay attention to your purifying brew, especially if you're doing this on normal. I remember doing this raid on beta, and we just did normal with a pug, and I did not use purifying brew on the normal fights until we got to Will of the Emperor, even on normal, because they just hit so hard. So watch your stagger and make sure you are using that purifying brew when you get into the red. That's what I do. I just get into the red. I think more highly skilled brewmasters have a different kind of cutoff for that, maybe. Maybe when it gets further in the red, or they just kind of take it as it comes. But I think on this fight, you'll be very successful if you just use purifying brew when it gets into the red. So that's what I would suggest. Yeah, and the stomp like around me, the circle that just always scares me. If you're a DPS watching this fight, just look at what your tanks are doing, because they're quite busy trying to stay alive and trying to avoid these big sweeping hits. It's I'm not going to say it's hard, but you're definitely going to have to feel it out. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to come in here and do it all first try. I mean, obviously there are some really big gamers out there, and props to you if you can. DPS is going to DPS these emperors as much as they can, but mostly all DPS is going to be on ads. You're going to want, I don't know why I just rolled into that. I was probably looking at something else. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I'm still kind of getting the hang of it too. DPS are going to be on ads almost the entire time, or you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get overwhelmed by the ads and the Titan Sparks. It's a lot to handle. That's why I said in the beginning, it's almost like two different fights in the sense that your tanks are doing one thing completely different than your raid team is doing. I think the same thing would be true on 25 men as well. If you are in a 25-man guild watching this video, just to kind of get the visual of it. So as for a tank, as far as I know, there's nothing different here between 10-man and 25-man. The ads do come out at different paces, though. I will say that. I'm pretty sure in 10-man, the rages come out 2 at a time, and in 25-man, they come out at 4 at a time. I hate that stomp. I think I'm losing focus here now that I see a kill in sight. Because this is our progression. This is the first time we've killed him. This has got us the cutting edge achievement, and 6 out of 6 heroic on Mogu'shan vaults. So yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you very much. And I will see you on the next one.